Welcome back. This is still the Polity. We're done now with the political updates, and we'll be moving over to the discussion proper. We'll be starting with a discussion on the debate culture today, and the 2023 presidential debate set to hold sometime in December. Right now, we've been joined in the House by one of the persons part of the organizing team for the presidential debate, Winner Martins. He speaks to us now about what the debate holds and what it means for Nigerians to be interested in this bit of politics at this time in our history. Welcome, Winner.
Thank you so much for having me here. It's a pleasure.
All right, let's talk about you as part of the organizers. This is being done by Nigeria Youth Decides. What happened this time around? Why are youths as involved? And truly, you're behind the scenes. Are you truly the ones driving this?
Yeah. First of all, I would like to say that in the current political scene or framework in Nigeria, it's important to note that Nigeria is like an infant in democracy. We are getting more young people who are getting to be much more interested in the future decision making of the society. So we're beginning to see a change in the level of interest, especially coming in from young people, from the millennials who are coming of age. So currently in our political setting, we as young people, of which I'm a young person, we've come together to create this presidential debate to get to understand and hear from those persons who want to lead us. We want to get to know their mindsets, we want to get to know what they have in store for us, and we don't just want to be at the side watching, but we want to be actively participating in decision making of our country. So yes, the presidential debate is being organized by young people like myself. So we are behind the scene. We have been working to ensure that this comes in not just by young people, but without any outside influence. So it's actually our game. We are the ones pulling it. So that's it.
All right, that's nice. I like the fact that you said it's strictly for young people. Going back, we had the guest on the show yesterday. She represented the women, and of course we're talking about women inclusion in politics, and now of course we have a youth now, and according to INEC we have 70% of those that registered for voters as youth. So how do you think this is actually going to affect the next election? And then that's one. Now going to the debate, I bet this debate was actually brought together because you want to be able to hold the leaders accountable for what they said. But given the antecedents of our leaders coming out to promise us plenty things, and of course we know that they do not implement, how would this change that narrative?
Okay, to answer your first question, yes, it's a debate that's been organized by young people, but not entirely. We also have women who are part of our planning committee. We have people of all ages. So it's not just the youths, but we are like a driving force per se. So so we are fully represented. Like you said, someone else who had come here before to talk about this presidential debate, we are so much interested in all-inclusiveness. People with disabilities, women, young people. But like I said, we are the drivers. Also, talking about previous antecedents of debates holding and low turn-up from candidates. Yes, that's because the area of the debate culture in Nigeria has not well been developed. We don't consider it to be a priority. And that's why we are coming up with this kind of idea, because like you said, 70% of registered voters are young people. So that's to tell you that, like I said, we are the driving force. We are ensuring that these people are not just coming in as leaders to come up with their manifestos, because we all know that some of those manifestos are prepared by experts also, in addition to what they are doing. So we want to get to understand, do you really know what you are promising? can you really defend the idea you're promising? Are you just coming out to tell us that, oh, you're going to improve education, you're going to... Do you really know what it entails? Do you really know the steps to take? So that's why the debate comes into play. We are trying to question their ideas, their ideology, what they have to offer, and how they intend to push these things to reality. Because there's one way to promise, just like when you're courting. You can promise the world, but we're also looking at fulfillments, and that's why we are engaging them in the debates. We want to get to ask them questions and get to hear their answers also.
So accountability is not involved?
Accountability comes into play because when you promise something, you are held into account to do it. And this event is going to be recorded. There's going to be evidence that you actually say this on so dates, and this was in front of thousands of young people. And we are going to ask questions when the time comes. So everybody will be held accountable. All
right, that's fair enough. So what about in terms of a level playing field? We know that some members of the debates used to be, members of political parties and all that. Is that all done away with? What is, speaking to the candidates now, what's the assurance that everyone will be treated equally?
And when we talk about level playing field, we all are, I would say, equal. When we talk about electioneering, everybody is equal. We're all coming out to, everybody wants to lead. It's like a job hunt. You're all coming in for an interview. So the debates definitely is going to ask you questions as an individual, not because you're tall or you're short or you are disabled or you're not, or because you have a history of being in politics or not. All those things comes into play, and that's why you came in to present us your CV as Nigerians. So it's an open field, just like the electioneering process. Everybody comes with their candidates, everybody presents their candidates to votes. Also the debate, you're all coming out to say this is what we can do, this is what we intend to do. So it's an equal game. There's no bias, there's no room for favoritism, or this is my candidate. I personally, and as a member of the debate team, I also represent, we are not partisan. We all know what we want as Nigerians, and it's an open field to get to hear them and know who you intend to be your candidates without any prejudice to anybody.
All right, but still, because that was really so you could speak to the candidates, which you've done. But on the flip side, what is the response like? What is the turnout you're expecting, not for viewers or spectators, for the candidates themselves?
Yes, for the candidates themselves, we've invited everyone. They've all received their invitation, and so far we've gotten very good response. It has been positive. A lot of candidates we've invited, we've spoken to, we've visited, they are all very interested in this, and they want to, they see this as an avenue to air their opinions, to get Nigerians to know what they are capable of. So it has been very, very positive, to say the least. Very positive.
That's fair enough.
All right, now I think we might round off there. But just one more question. Tell us as much as you can, as much as you have at your disposal, the details, location, venue, time, preparations towards that time. I know there's a rally somewhat. So what about all those things?
Talking about the rally. The rally is, we are making serious preparations to host the rally on 17th of November. That's next month. And all plans are in place to ensure that we are using that rally to create awareness, to make people understand the importance of the debate culture, to help them cultivate, especially young people and women, to cultivate that habit of getting to question things. So the rally is like a pretext for what's coming. Now the main debate is happening on 10th of December 2022 at the Merit House. So that's where the main event is going to happen. So we intend to start pushing out full media publicity, which is coming out as soon as next month. So much of the informations that are needed will be communicated as per how you can get your registration done and everything. But I'm just just using this opportunity to tell every interested person that you should be concerned about your future and you should be willing to come out and question things for yourself.
For those who can't come out, how can
For those who can't come out also, it's going to be aired live. We are also going to explore every other avenue to ensure that it reaches the right audience.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Winner Martin.
Thank you very much, Mr. William. It was nice to have you in the program.
All right, and that's all we can take on for the discussion on debate culture. Up next, we will be having more discussions on the state of the nation and the polity. Do stay with us. We'll be right back.